Yeah, let's bring in kaidus and Izzy, I guess. kaidus is offline. Where's Izzy?
Oh man, we need someone salty. We need to get Droso in here. Get Droso in here, get D-Mall in here. It was pretty salty.
It's not the salt. I just want to know like what's happening. What is the Demul direct hit strategy all about?
Yeah, that would be quite insightful, actually.
Izzy's not too sure. He's saying, It's a rape, mate. I'll just ask him in Steam then. Why was Demul direct hit?
I have to answer these unanswered questions.
We're gonna find out.
In the meantime, let's see if we can grab kaidus. Has he accepted?
He's propositioned me. In fact, he said, "You want, I want. Come on in, Jason." Oh, the stream wants half a cool as well. Apparently, can we get Happy in too?
Yeah, give the people what they want.
He's offline on Steam. What a little jerk.
Well, get his team captain, drag him in.
I'm getting him. I'm gonna send him the mumble info too.
Yeah.
What will we talk to Hathikul about? That he isn't Walters? Is that it? We are joined by kaidus right now, so we will have some sort of a shambolic interview going on. Doesn't look like Izzy wants to join us. But this is teamfortress.tv with Admirable, TurboTabs, DavidTheWin on the camera. Now kaidus is here, the recent gaming captain and demo man. He just had a very emphatic victory across 2 maps against eShock. kaidus, was it as easy as you expected, or what exactly were you expecting? Oh, here comes Droso.
Oh, yes.
This was like pretty much exactly what I expected. I thought we would have a weird kind of start, just because it's the first time as a team we've been in this kind of position where we're playing like something that actually matters. I mean, we've done the show matches and the other stuff, but like these games now have kind of long-term implications. So, you know, a little bit too tentative at the start. I kind of expected this, but then once we got going, it was like pretty simple, straightforward from there.
You weren't getting a sweat on when you went 2-1 down there in Badlands?
Oh no, that was like my bad. We were like totally in control, and I just went for a stupid play and like shattered our momentum. So like, I felt the burn of that for a few minutes, but then I knew as soon as we won, all we had to do was just like win one fight from there, and I knew we'd get back on track. We
did see a little unlock use coming into the play. Of course, Demul running the direct hit for the entire duration, but also Hidan was rocking that quickie bomb launcher. Did you feel that had any impact on the game? He didn't seem to run it for too long, or only in certain situations. But did you notice? Are you even aware?
We noticed, like we've seen this being used. Like the only time we really care that anyone's using that is when we're holding last, because obviously it kind of messes up your stickies. Like if you're trying to 9-point with stickies. So the only time we really took it into consideration was on last. Like we're calling, does anyone know what unlock the demo's running at the moment? Because we weren't sure if he was using it all the time or not. But most of the time, like it doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, as a demo, it's kind of weird to play against because actually, like, it destroys the stickies like before they're ready to det. So if I shoot a sticky and he shoots a sticky at me and he dets it just as I shot mine, it's literally like it's not even out of the chamber. Like my sticky's just out of the chamber and it's already it's already destroyed. So that's kind of strange, but I didn't really feel it too much today. I felt it in other games we played against other teams, but not today.
It's almost like that engineer weapon, the short circuit.
The short circuit. Yeah, I don't know. My opinion is it's a bit stupid that it does that. It should only destroy them once they're like, ready to be det. It seems a bit like wonky the way it is at the moment, but we didn't really feel it too much. We were just careful on last.
We've got Droso with us as well, so like we were questioning. Hey. Why was Demul running the direct hit the whole time? Is this like a protest against ETF2L? Is this because Bod isn't here, or was it just something Demul believed in?
No, we just decided to let Demul play with whatever he felt like playing. So,
are you guys not taking the league seriously?
Well, not as seriously as we would if we had Bod. Like, obviously, the fact that he's not here calling for us makes a big difference. I think. 1 second, please.
kaidus, I know we've probably asked you a bunch of times over the last few weeks, but the sticky nerf is a hot topic, especially considering War has left Ubersexuals due to his inability to continue doing damage. But You managed to top damage both maps, Kaidus. Is the sticky nerf real?
I've said this in the past, like it's a thing. You have to take it into account when you play, but like I don't know, I think you have to be like pretty one-dimensional as a player for it to affect you that much.
Ooh.
Like I'm not like saying that to like anyone. I'm not like saying that.
Fired.
Well, I'm not really trying to call anyone out. Like
Bring war in here.
I think the war situation is more like he was a bit bored of like the game in general, and this was just kind of, you know, he didn't want to adapt because it wasn't like he wasn't having that much fun anyway. Whereas I still have fun, so like I'm happy to adapt how I play. But it's pretty simple, I think, to adapt to it. Like you take a few less fights. Like you don't try and kill 4 people at once if you see them like together. You have to just be a bit more reserved at times. I don't know. You just have to pick your moments a bit more carefully. I think that's really all it comes down to. Like it is a hindrance, but the other guy's playing with it as well. So if you just play it better than him, you're gonna do fine.
True. Everything okay with you, Droso? Are you able?
I can talk again. Sorry about that. Yeah, as I was trying to say before, I don't think this game was supposed to be as one-sided as it was. Like if we had bowed, we would be making the shots. No one would be contesting the calls, because that happened a lot this game. Like someone calling for a push and someone else saying no, couldn't, and obviously that delays the push and whatever you try to do by a huge margin. So that's obviously really bad for the team. And yeah, the simple fact that wasn't there kind of hinders our team spirit a bit.
Is Bod your caller normally? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he is our caller, so
it must be pretty good having a guy who's calling who can actually see everything in the game, you know? Like you have all the information.
I wouldn't... Right. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's like a great caller, but he does his best, and the thing is, it helps the team focus. Like we go from a guy like Bode, who talks a lot and calls for us, to someone like Demo, who's really skilled. He's a really good player, but he doesn't call that much. He doesn't take any initiative. He doesn't take the lead, so obviously it's pretty hard. We take the league seriously, as you were asking, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do what we did last season. We're probably gonna be the bottom half of the scoreboard this time.
Just a follow-up question for Droso. If you could explain to me, I'm not sure if you've already said before or along those lines, but at first you showed absolute disgust to the league and you wanted to veto it altogether, but then down the line you decided to actually just play the official matches with just Merc. What changed your mind?
Well, we still stand by our decision to keep playing with Bode. We still play every single PCW with him. So that didn't change, but we thought it was a good idea to keep playing the league for the mere reason that else, well, you know how important playing in actual official games is important to your team, because it helps you adapt to the pressure and so on. So yeah, we're just playing to stay in shape for LAN events and shit. Obviously, we don't have the same objectives as before, but yeah, it's mainly to stay in shape.
Do you ever get worried that you might get attached to Demo quite a lot, and you might get into a situation where you have to choose between Board and Demo?
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No love.
Cold.
No. As I told you, Demon is a really good player. He just doesn't fit as well as Board anyway. So
he's not actually on the roster, right? Like he's just a Merc today.
Yeah, but we're probably gonna keep playing with him for the officials, either him or T-Mac, depending on who's available, pretty much.
So you're sort of relying on the other teams in the Premiership to allow you a Merc, right?
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know, Droso. We don't all plan to fall in love, but the situation might arise. But I guess I have my answer.
Well, I hope the situation when the team actually refuses or Merc won't happen. I really hope it won't. It would be a bit silly in my opinion, but of course they're entitled to do it.
Ips isn't here anymore. It won't happen.
Oh, sheepy.
Come back, Ips.
Well, a fun nerd or an autistic nerd.
I'm interested, Droso. Have you heard anything from ETF2L? Like, since, remember we talked on Fully Charged, we were trying to encourage some sort of dialogue from ETF2L. Did they ever talk to you again about the bod ban, or has it just been complete silence?
It's been complete silence, I guess. Haven't heard anything new. Bod did send videos of him playing with like live footage and shit, but apparently it wasn't enough for them to convince
Did he
them
not
to
get his mum to come on a Skype call like Nico? That would have done it.
Sorry?
Did he not get his mum to come on a Skype call like with Nico getting unbanned? That would have worked more effectively, you know?
I don't know, maybe.
No one can say no to Nico's mum.
You guys are going to be playing at Gamers Assembly, right?
Yeah, we will.
Reason Gaming, are you planning to attend, kaidus?
Oh, where?
To Gamers Assembly in France, or any LAN in spring?
I have my eye on going to like chill and spectate or something like that, like cast if that's an option. But like, I'm not going to be playing any spring lands.
Disappointed to hear that.
Well,
but I did hear some team is talking about going to Gamers Assembly. Who was it? BK?
Yeah, BK. They said they would come if they could find computers to rent, but that's still being discussed right now.
But we're definitely going to have eShock and L'Avant-Garde.
Yeah, sorry.
What do they call that? HEP?
Yeah, HEP.
What is that? What's the translation on that actually, Drew? So what does it mean?
Well, LBC was text...
the town, yeah?
Yeah, the town club, and this time it's Exons club.
Okay, right. It's a football team.
Yeah, it's a football.
I understand now. So, who is your next game against, Droso? I'm so unprepared.
I don't know either, so let me check.
I don't think they get determined based on results, don't they?
It's legal, apparently.
Not in the Prem. It's just
not in Prem.
The same TurboTabs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we play against Liga on Process and Gillywash.
So you'd have to fancy chances to take that one, right?
Yeah, that seems more likely than against the kaidus team.
That could be a pretty important fixture. You know, you're saying that you might see yourself in the bottom half of the table. Apart from like the sort of Demul factor, what do you think was your sort of downfall tonight? What wasn't clicking on the eShock side? What wasn't working for you guys?
It was definitely the team spirit. Once we were 4-2 down on Badlands, everyone stopped calling and we just went through the motion, you know, just like no one doing anything. It was team spirit tonight. We need to work on that.
Meanwhile, kaidus has perhaps his toughest game of the season coming up. If you believe the Ubersexuals hype, that's going to be the week 2 game, Reason versus Ubersexuals, now featuring Numlocked, I believe. Have you played much against this new rejigged roster?
We played them with Numlocked once, I think. We played them this week with Numlocked, but it was like the very first game they played with him. I think we won 1 and drew 1, so we don't read a whole lot into that. But yeah, it's going to be a close game, I think, I hope.
Would you expect them to perhaps whip out the wildcard, since it's coming so early in?
There's no wildcards this season.
No wildcards, even in Prem?
No, none at all.
Do you guys have to use the same scheduling system? Did you have to?
No, we don't have to use the same scheduling system, but it's no wildcards for Prem still. Like we schedule it just how like we used to. I can't remember. I was told the reason why, but I don't remember why we have a separate system. But the no wildcard thing is still a thing, because I don't think there's a catch-up week. Like there's no time. They're not making time for a catch-up week. So even though we use the old system, thankfully there's no wildcards.
Yeah, they even have backups on Reason Gaming. But whilst the rest of the teams are kind of just like winging it, hoping that they can keep all the players and just grab mercs.
Yeah, like we took a lot of backups this season to make sure like we were kind of covered for any eventuality. Because like there's not really a whole lot of like mercs available if like all the teams are playing, like outside of the active Prem players. There's not a whole lot of mercs to be had, so we thought we'd better get some backups now.
You've got Demo and his direct hit.
He's eShocks. We've got our backups.
Well, I think he actually said he won't be using direct hit anymore after this game.
Oh, but it was so enjoyable to watch. Like when it worked worked really, really well.
Well,
it was kind of funny.
Like direct hit is a decent weapon, I guess, but you lose so much spam control and shit with it.
If you miss, like you miss.
Sure.
We talked about the Demoman weapons, but what was I want to know what the effect was the direct hit was for both teams. Was it frustrating, Droso, playing with somebody who just wouldn't switch off this direct hit, or is it?
Well, we didn't ask him to, so it wasn't frustrating. We just told him play as you wish.
No suggestions.
I would not ask that guy back to Merc again. If he brought a Merc in and he just ran the direct hit for the whole fucking map, I'd be like, get fucked, mate. You got a black mark beside your name. You will never play for this team again.
What about
you?
What about you, Kaidus? What was it like playing? Did you have to specifically adjust anything to play against it, or is it just almost a laughable thing?
We expected him. I don't know who. Someone knew that he would use direct hit, so we kind of expected it going in. I think like the only real change we made was like just on the mids. If we wanted to be like aggressive, like on Badlands mid, was to be aggro early, so we weren't jumping into a direct hit. Like be aggro before he's out, and we can not have to jump into a direct hit, and just little things like that. Like I don't know, the direct hit. I don't know, like. Only one guy on the server's having any fun when the direct hit's going on. Like his teammates are having no fun playing with that shit, and his enemies are having no fun playing against it. So like, yeah, like it's probably
the most accurate way of describing it.
Yeah, like it goes both ways. Like it hinders. It's like annoying to play against and annoying to play with. So just kind of small adjustments.
Would you say you're not an advocate of these unlock weapons for ETF2L? Do you think they're just allowing all these troll weapons, people like to call them?
Well, it's fine. Like, I mean, you play against it, but it's like you just kind of get over it. It's not really making you lose. If you lose because you're being outplayed. And direct hit is just something else to overcome. Like, I feel like there probably are some legitimate uses for these weapons still, though. Like, if you're playing against a team that's always building a sentry or some shit, you might want to take direct hit for that. So if people want to crack them out, like for one spawn to do something specific, I'm glad they have the option to.
I've got the result from that other game as well. Cover your ears if you don't want to know, but it was in fact AGP taking it 6-2. Didn't manage to cap out that second map on process.
5-0.
They're 5-0 on Badlands, 6-2 on process. So, you know, even though we thought there could be a close group of 6 teams, it seems the early leaders are establishing themselves. You're going to have AGP up there with Reason tied for first place. Ibersexos are going to be playing Lego on Sunday. They're likely to win that. So we'll already see that leading pack of 3 getting ahead of everyone else. Who actually won the game yesterday? Remind...
BK slammed them.
Oh yeah, BK as well. I knew I was forgetting someone. So the 4 leaders emerging in week 1. There had to be 4 winners and 4 losers, right?
True that.
Maybe golden caps, you know. I'll allow for that. But for tonight then, we'll call an end to this Team Fortress TV 2 production. I'll thank our guests, Kaidus and Droso, and give them an opportunity to shout out, you know, love to the internet. Go for it.
Shout out to the boys! And you, I guess.
Don't have any shoutouts this time. Sorry.
TurboTabs, what's on your mind?
I guess shout out to the viewers. You're the reason we do this. Less than 3.
I'll give big love to DavidTheWin. He stayed up late last night to test out his captain setup. He rushed home from work to do camera for us today. We managed to pull off the dual stream 2 Prem games casted at the same damn time.
Yes, shout out to David. He's actually he tells me he's dying for a piss as well in the middle of the first match. So maybe we should wrap it up for his sake.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. There will be that game on Sunday, hopefully covered by us, and Archimedes Cup action. But, you know, it's just going to be game after game of ETF2L Premiership coming up. Check out teamfortress.tv/schedule to keep abreast of things. We just saw Reason Gaming crushing eShock. We heard Kaidus, we heard Droso, but that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks again. Peace.